Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I really wanted to take my time before commenting on Melody's post because I found it to be so significant. And the entire topic of revenge P, it will always be an important topic that us women, we have to band together and be in agreement that we have to speak out against revenge P, because literally it comes from a place of you wanting to be there for someone intimately. You're trying to please them, and then they actually use that against you, and it's foul and jacked up. So before I get into the details, I ask that you all please hit the like button on this video. And also, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would love to have you. All right, so I just want to get down to some serious business. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. Because revenge P is so important, Malcolm X said that Black women are the least protected. I will never get tired of that quote. That Malcolm X quote will never be cliche. It will always be the truth. So it's important that we all speak up for ourselves and that we speak out against revenge P. So I want to say that there is something important about time. Time is something, Beyonce said it in her concert movie, that time is money, but there's no amount of money in the world that can buy back time. And ain't that the truth? So I first want to just simply read Melody's comments on her post, and then I'm going to show you all another slide that coincides with the significance of the audio that the original Straight No Chaser released. So Melody says, I'm going to make one comment. If you've never been in the position that I was in and what had just recently transpired, including audio, just leaked, confirming it, don't tell me what I should have done. At that time, it was by God's grace that I could even stay out of prison and show up to work to make my coins versus letting it keep me ashamed, embarrassed, and in the house. So move around. If you've never been in that position, thanks. And Melody says, and for the ones who say they want the real and reality TV, but want me to be fake and hide my feelings, go get some help. You are probably the same ones who ask your kids a question, then tell them to hush when they start to answer confusing / cray-cray. So what's so ironic is if we were to go back in time 5, 6, 7 years, when the Me Too movement was popping, this post, people would have hashtagged Me Too, and Martell, it would be a done deal. It would be a done deal. But, Me Too, it has led to Russell Simmons. He lives out in Bali. He is trying to avoid any legal drama, allegedly, over here in the States. Mr. Big from Sex and the City, the actor, Chris Noth, allegedly, there were issues. That was probably the latest Me Too-ish situation where he appears to be canceled. He's not even on the new Sex and the City show. I know that they unalived his character, but I find it to be very coincidental that his character is unalived in the midst of all of that drama. So I'm going to come back to this slide, but I do want to show you all something. I actually went back to my YouTube channel, Show Style and Spirit. I went under the live tab because I remember Carson Blue going live, introducing herself initially. She was Tisha's +1 at the Tea Party. Then she revealed, the ultimate low. And, YouTube always gives like an estimated time frame. So we know that it was at least 6 months ago. I'm guessing closer to 7 months, more like 6.5. And then as it has been shared in the past week, the Houston trip was filmed in the first half of July, I believe July 13th through the 16th. So the reason why time is so significant is because this supports what Melody Cherie was saying in that post, that comment that I just read to you all. It was time to go to work and take care of business and film the Houston trip right on the heels of Carson's IG live saying that Ariane Coleslaw allegedly confided in her about the Revenge P plot, and that Carson was so turned off, disgusted and uncomfortable about it. So that was Carson Blue reveals the ultimate low. That was at least 6 months ago, and then the cast trip was filmed 5 months ago. So yeah, that's messed up that Melody would actually have to be under the same roof with someone that could do something so low down, so humiliating, so embarrassing. And it is unfair because I have shared, if you've been on this channel with me and I was, talking about the Revenge P, I've said that I too, I have had deep feelings for a man that, asked me to take pics and he's recorded stuff. And that would be absolutely horrible if he outed me on that level. So I think it's my ability to put myself in Melody's shoes, that this is extremely messed up because it comes from a place where, again, you love the person, you care about them, you want to please them intimately. So you submit, you say yes, you agree to what they want to do in terms of a recording or a picture. And then they try to turn back around and use it against you. No way, because literally you are taking my love, my care for you, and using it against me. So that it makes me extremely angry and frustrated that Melody has even had to deal with this. So I think that it was very important that she not only posted a picture from the Houston trip, but she let us know what she was going through during that time and the mindset that she was in, having to film in such close proximity with someone who can act so monstrous. And then I also just wanted to, go back through some of the details, get into the thick of it, that audio where the original Straight No Chaser really finessed Ariane into talking about it. She couldn't help but say, well, I was just confiding in her because I thought this was on some BS. Why do I have to release it? Why do I have to release the tape? He could have just sent it to a blogger, but no, he wants me to do it. Like she's thinking deep down, he really doesn't care about me if he's willing to, ask me to risk my freedom, my ability to walk and roam the earth freely versus being in jail. He must not really care about me. That's what she says in different ways, because I'm sure it's too hurtful for her to admit that, he really doesn't care if he would ask you to do something so low. And, a lot of her angst in the audio and the original Straight No Chaser, she, re-uploaded it again today. If you wanted to just go back and listen to the horridness of Coleslaw talking about this entire situation. And she's really, really going for the KILL with Carson Blue, just talking about her being a former stripper from Detroit and, why she got into stripping allegedly to please her man, just really thinking that she is degrading her, but totally not self-reviewing, not self-evaluating what she needs to fix in her life and her mistakes. It just speaks to her immaturity. And she talks about, Carson being uncomfortable with the Revenge P plot, and Ariane doesn't understand Carson's anger. She then tries to reduce her quote unquote friendship to, I've only seen her once. And Coleslaw tried to almost make light of the plot, saying that Melody was with her then husband and there's nothing to talk about. Well, the tape is her and her husband, so there's nothing to talk about. It is the using it against her, Ariane, that is so evil and so mean. And there's no way you should be down with it. And you only were annoyed with it because he was asking you to put it out, putting yourself at risk. It doesn't seem like you were really too fazed about the fact that it would be humiliating to Melody. You did say to the blogger that, you can never do that to any woman, but then you later said, that everyone needs to admit their wrongdoings. You for messing around with a married man, Martell for cheating on his wife, and for Melody not taking care of her business. There are definitely receipts that Melody was taking care of her business. It's called Four Kids. Most of them are just about a year apart. A couple of them, not even a full year apart. I think it's safe to say that the former Holt and Holt, they were definitely getting down in the bedroom. So she was definitely taking care of business and working hard as both a teacher and an entrepreneur. So don't give me that. She definitely made time for intimacy. So you just decided to mess around with a married man. But anyway, I digress. Focusing on the revenge P, because like I said, that will always be important. And then Ariane wanted the blogger to help her blast Carson. She called her a clout chaser. She claims that she doesn't want to be friends with any of the women on the show, but she put their men on blast during the Tasha K interview. And that is something else that, I can't help but think there is a pattern of you putting people on blast and trying to be humiliating and embarrassing. So Martell just probably thought you were of a certain caliber of a person that would not mind putting out revenge P on someone, on his ex-wife, allegedly, from what I have heard. So of course you can say you wouldn't want to be friends with any of the women on the show because you know that they won't F with you. They've already said that they would never film with you. You've already embarrassed them by claiming allegedly that you've hung out with Martell and the Scotsmen with some side chicks and they look like linebackers. So you can try and save face and say that you would never be friends with the women on the show because you know that they would never, ever share space and time with you. And I know that Miss Wanda, who used to be on the show, I know she's always in your lives and liking your content. But yeah, you don't even claim her. That's about as close as you're going to get. So in protection of Melody's kids, she tried to get the court documents sealed and the judge ruled no. And in Ariane's eyes, that was a juicy win of some sort. It just speaks to Ariane's immaturity. Melody was trying to protect her children, even as they grow up. If they were to possibly ever watch any blogs or see any content on print, on media, online, she's just trying to protect them from, the custody battle details. But in the audio, in Ariane's conversation, she thought, and I can tell Martell probably filled her head up, that that was some sort of win because Melody wanted the documents sealed and the judge said no. I think that the judge, in my opinion, lacks some empathy towards Melody, but I totally get why she would try to get the court documents sealed. And Ariane also tried to say that Melody cheated. We've heard this BS before. And so the way that I see it is if Ariane entertained conversation, and if Melody entertained conversation and affection while separated from a manipulative, cheating man, that is realistic. They were separated at one point. She even got her own apartment. I think that that is a pretty natural move to take, where you might text with someone, you might talk on the phone with someone. It's just good to have some complimentary conversation and even some affection. The husband has been getting lots of affection. He's been cheating. That's why y'all are separated to begin with. So Martell has tried to spin it. Ariane has tried to spin it that the time that they were apart, that she was cheating. And I do not buy that for anything. And I know that you don't either. Now, Ariane admitted to confiding in Carson because, again, she found the request for her to put out the revenge P as BS. And again, that just speaks to how much he thinks of you, Ariane. And, you wanting to put things out there to try and make her look a certain way. The audio is definitely triggering, but the way that I look at it is significant. It is important to know those details, know about the revenge P plot, because I definitely would not want it to be me or anyone else that I know. And for us women to try and be pleasurable towards someone we love, we care about, and then they want to use that against us, that is totally wrong and unfair. And we deserve so much more. So, again, I really wanted to kind of like marinate, reflect on her post. It definitely struck a chord with me. And the subject of revenge P is definitely important and should be to all of us. But you all let me know in the comments what you thought about Melody's post about the Houston trip. I ask that you all please hit the like button on this video. I would really appreciate it. It is a free way to support the channel. And please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. And I will talk with you all later. Bye.